Hey guys, Sunish here with a Heroes of the Storm video, and I am going to be playing as Gazlow this game, and my idea here is to actually play as more of a it's more of a tutorial video, and it's going to be showing how Gazlow can be used as a mercenary commander. That's what we're going to call the build, and it's great because it puts a lot of pressure on the other team. It's not the most entertaining build to watch or to play, but if you want to be a team player and you want to win the game, it's actually very, very effective. And it's not working out too well for us at the moment because my lane has Gazlow and Abathur in it, which that's a specialist as a support, and a support that doesn't even leave the base. So it's a little bit of a problem in that I want to be leaving this lane very early to pick up some mercenaries, and I can't do that if I'm the only one in the lane who can grab any experience. So it looks like I've got Nova and the Demon Hunter up here with me, so I'm going to try and keep them from pushing too hard. So Nova is sneaking down there. If you guys can't see her, she's just down there, and she misses her snipe. Trying to kill that Nova. I'm going to do what I can to push these guys back, throw down one of my mines, and they are pushing quite hard. I'm trying to pick up my scrap so I can get some mana regen going on. And there's punch Demon Hunter once in the face and power up the Death Laser. I think I do get Nova. There we go, shot Nova right in the face. Go back to the well and heal up, and put down some more turrets because this is not going well in my favor at all. Abathur is using his symbiote to help me out here, give me a little bit of shields and some more damage utility. And I'm actually casting this game after the fact, so we picked up first blood there. We took down Merc on bottom. I'm still dealing with Nova. Looks like we also took out Sergeant Hammer as well. I'm still dealing with Nova and Demon Hunter. I'm asking if one of them could come back up to help me out, because I'm all alone and I do not have the tools to really be able to fight these two. And two, I want to leave the lane and get the mercenaries. And if I leave the lane because my lane partner is Abathur, there won't be anyone here to pick up any experience. That's one of the downsides to using Abathur, is that your team only has 4 people to pick up experience instead of 5. So I pick up the Minion Killer, which lets me do 25% more damage to mercenaries and to minions. And that 25% applies to all abilities. It's not just about it's not just for auto attacks, but all of my spells, my turrets, my Death Laser, and the bomb all do 25% more damage, which allows me to take on these mercenary camps incredibly quickly and incredibly easily. So we grab that. I'm going to sit here. What I'm doing is I'm waiting for these turrets to drop their scrap so I can pick it up. And once I pick it up, it returns some mana to me. So I'm going to pick that up, and I'm going to go down to the bottom and give the bottom lane more of a push. So it looks like we just lost someone. Who did we lose? We lost Raynor. So Raynor's trying to, I think it was Demon Hunter that took Raynor down. He's trying to get back at her by having us kill her. I'm going to charge up the Death Laser, fire it off. Then I'm going to fire down my laser and just go up, and like Gazlow said, I'm just going to punch it. So I'm going to kill that guy, beat this guy into submission, and capture this mercenary camp. So I'm thinking about going for the Knights, but I realize that my team doesn't have anyone. Well, we do have people in bottom, but that we are not doing super well in the mines right now. We're down 30 skulls. So I move in to help my team out with some skull collection.
Choose a talent.
And Mercenary Lord is the best ability, the best trait if you want to do this build, because it actually makes the captured mercenaries that you get more powerful. So here I'm fighting Murden one-on-one, which is not a good situation for me. I will not win this fight, and I know it. I could, if he's dumb, I can win the fight, because I can kite him around my turrets while they just shoot him, if he just wants to attack me. So we've got the enemy team coming in now. I'm firing up the death laser just to kind of push them backwards and to force them away from the golem before he drops the 20 skulls. So Muradin's trying to get away. I can't really do anything to stop him, but Tyrande can. Oh, we got a snipe and a sentinel, and Muradin is down. Rainer's picking up the rest of the skulls on bottom. So this is really good to do, to split up your team to go after all these skulls, and you can maximize the amount that you can take. For some reason, Demon Hunter feels like she needs to chase me down and kill me. It's actually the worst thing she could do at the moment. While getting a kill is nice, they don't give that much experience to the team. And it would have been better for her to go try and get some more skulls. May have resulted in her death, but chasing me was probably the worst option. So I check on Kerrigan there, and I decide to go in and grab some more of these. I'm a little bit worried about their team coming up to get these, because this is kind of how you defeat Gazlow, is you have to be really on top of getting your mercenaries on your side of the field. See, when if you can get your enemy's mercenaries, that's a really big win. So Kerrigan is getting super greedy here and trying to chase me down. And this is something you should not do. I know it's really tempting to try and get that last kill, but not only did she not get the kill, she has now been trapped by my team and she gets killed. So I know it's really tempting to go after people who are super low on health, but unless you have a gap closer, or you are unless you can kill them right away, chasing them halfway across the map is not usually a good situation to put yourself in. Most likely what's going to happen is that you're going to die. Even if you do get the kill, you're still probably going to die, which doesn't end up being worth it, especially if you are ahead in levels. You gave the other team more experience than your team got for the kill. And so we notice that the enemy team down there is grabbing the knights, and I actually pick up the Robo-Goblin, and it looks like a shredder from Warcraft 3. Actually, I think it is a Goblin shredder from Warcraft 3. Looks exactly the same. And this allows me to do 250% more damage to all of the all NPCs, and that does include enemy buildings. So while it's useless in a team fight when you're taking on enemy heroes, it is great for taking down mercenaries and taking down enemy buildings. So I move down here. Notice that these guys are almost dead, and not almost dead, but that they were up, and capture them right in time, actually, just a split second away from the enemy team coming in. So yeah, once again, this is a perfect example of overextending. They bring 4 people down here, and they're trying to backdoor our fort, but it's just not going to end up being worth it for them. So I fire off my death laser, and I hit both Kerrigan and Nova with it, and Kerrigan actually ends up dying to the minions. They're what kill her. Nova dies to the turret, and Muradin does manage to get away. I think Sergeant Hammer got killed by Nova. Or is she? Nope, Sergeant Hammer got away and Muradin both got away. Yeah, they saw that coming and they were just like, hell no, I'm going to get out of here. So we have Rainer and myself on the bottom versus Demon Hunter and Sergeant Hammer. And I fire off my bomb, and Sergeant Hammer can't actually get out of the way because she's sieged. So she has to sit there and do nothing but attack. So another just almost. I'm going to get back. Kerrigan once again tries to kill me, but just barely misses it. I think Rainer does end up killing her. Yep, there she goes. So once again, Kerrigan jumps into a 2v1 situation and ends up dying. So Rainer's calling for a nice symbiote. So So Abathur actually was part of that kill, and he saved Raynor by putting that on. I'm checking the mercenary camps to check their timers, and I notice this one has 31 seconds left. So I start heading over there, and we've got Tyrande and Nova killing enemy Nova. I really hope that they kind of take that out so that the enemy team can't use the same heroes you are, and there's a bit more of a picking strategy, more like Dota 2. So I notice that one has 10 seconds left, and the bottom one has 1 second left. So I'm going to go for the one that has 1 second. I actually hesitate here because I see Demon Hunter so low on health that I think maybe I can pick her off. But then I realize I don't have any skill shot AoE abilities. And I just put down my turrets and decide to take out these mercenary camps. So this build isn't the most glamorous, but it's highly effective for putting a ton of pressure on the enemy. Honestly, it kind of feels like I'm playing SimCity, or not SimCity, but just kind of like I'm just doing some WoW quests where I'm just killing stuff. And because this one is up and I have plenty of mana, I don't actually stay to pick up the scrap because I want to get these siege giants going as soon as possible. And I see Sergeant Hammer come in, and I'm like, oh shoot. So that would be why I didn't want to wait for the scrap to come up. And I actually have the siege giants helping me there. Oh, that was great. So they started attacking Sergeant Hammer, and we're actually helping the guy that's about to shoot them in the face with his death laser. So 1 down, 2 down, and camp captured. And I do want to support these two siege giants, so I'm picking up my scrap. I notice that Sergeant Hammer's there, and I'm going to go in, but then I see the hollow clone from Nova, and I'm like, no, that is not where I want to be. That is a bad place for me to be. So I pull it back, and I'm looking at the timers on these different camps. I notice the knights are up, and Sergeant Hammer actually saw me here with the giant torpedo shot that she does. So what they should have done is they should have come down and contested this, because they should know by now that this is all I've been doing all game, and so that I'm definitely going to go for the mercenaries. So there, beat that up. So Gazlow is actually the only hero capable of doing this kind of mercenary push at the moment, just because of how he works and the fact that he can destroy mercenary camps. He has 25% more damage to mercenaries, which helps a ton, and the fact that he can the mercenaries will actually attack his turrets instead of attacking him, which allows him to really to just deal out straight damage. So our enemy golem is down. Raynor took that out, and we have the Raynor and Tyrande on bottom escorting those siege giants, and then I am moving with them to help out because the entire enemy team is super focused on our golem up top. So if you can do a lot of misdirection, and this is an example of what this Robo Goblin can do. I'm doing 511 damage per shot, which is just absolutely absurd. I guess not per shot, more like 511 damage per saw blade hack to the face. And I'm just taking down this turret now. And I decided to back out because the Robo Goblin's going to go down. And Raynor fires off the Hyperion. I love that ability. That shadow is so cool. So fire up the death laser, and right now I'm only concerned with getting this fort and then getting out. Especially with that precision strike just going off, that takes down half our team to half health. So there we have the Abathur Raynor is firing off his Hyperion, which I'm kind of like, you would think the Hyperion is just kind of like, Commander, we just flew by. We had to fly by again? So I notice these camps are coming up, and I go back. So if you can stay on top of your map awareness and knowing when these mercenary camps are going to spawn, Gazlow is an extremely effective mercenary lord. I think that's what we'll name this build, the Mercenary Lord build, or Mercenary Commander, or whatever you want to call it. But just punch them down, pick up that one, And I noticed the top had about 30 seconds left on it. It's got about 13 now, so I'm going to wait for this scrap to come down. Because, you know, I would just get up there and wait. So I'm going to recover some mana. And then I'm going to go top. And I'm going to take this camp as well. And just keep some constant pressure up on what our enemies can do. So their options are incredibly limited at the moment. Because they're being pressured from all sides. So I'm just going to punch these guys down. I've reached the point where I don't really need to use a ton of abilities to take down the mercenaries. I can just punch them down. So I checked the knights. They've got a minute left. I checked the other two giant camps. They both have, you know, they have a minute left on one and 26 seconds left on the other. So rather than, oh, I guess I do go down and take out this camp. So the enemy palace is actually down to 10%. So you can see it up in the left-hand corner there, or right? Yes, left-hand corner. So I put down my turrets because these guys are going to be respawning in 3 seconds. Put down the bomb. Let it count down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. Shoot the death laser. And I'm not really sure what happens here. Nova tries to use her triple tap, but then it just doesn't work. And Kerrigan's Ultralisk just eats her in the face. So it's like Raynor here is saying, you guys keep them locked, or we'll keep them locked down. You guys get all the skulls. And the knights are up, just popped up, so I fire off my bomb, put up a couple of turrets, and get the death laser ready. Fire that off, put the bomb down.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
I can really just punch them now without having to use a ton of mana. So I get that one, and I decide to go up top. And what we're doing is, the idea here as a team, what we decided to do was forego the golem and just push for the win. Because we know we could probably win this before they can collect the golem, especially if the other team decides to try and take the golem. Essentially, they're going to be abandoning their base and letting us win. But because the golem is so alluring, I guess you could say, all but 2 of the people on their team decide to try and make for the mines. And we do get Sergeant Hammer down. A couple of people on our team have been going in and out of the mine to try and pick up a few, but I think they've all realized that we can win this game before the golem is even up. So I pick up the Robo Goblin, excuse me, and instead of fighting Muradin, I just go straight for the buildings. Killing those forts makes your minions stronger, and it gives you a what would you call it? It gives you a siege creep, which allows you to attack from every direction. So if you'll see, the enemy team's skull count keeps climbing, but really no point for them to do that because the game ends. So I hope you guys liked that video. It's more of a tutorial after the fact video, so there's less, the commentary is a little more focused and less hectic. Just let me know what you guys like. If you like me casting these after, or if you like casting live while the game is actually going, just leave a comment down below. And a bientôt.